A search report when you buy a property in Lagos doesn't mean that you cannot be scammed or the property is error free, there are no issues, and there's likely not to be any issues at all. And I will be sharing here three real life case studies to prove to you that this is real. Due diligence when buying real estate goes beyond just a search at the land registry. Now let's get started. The first is Mr. O, who had who wanted to buy a property, did a search report, got a search report rather, but he later discovered that the person who sold to him was not the owner. So who was the owner? It was the person who sold to him was a child of the late owner. So the owner had passed and he had bought it from a child, one of the children of the late owner. And what eventually happened was the other children who were not part of that transaction have sued him to court and is in court battling for ownership of that property. He cannot access the land. His money is stuck. And trust me, this is not a situation that you want to be in. The second example is Mrs. B, who had done a search report on a land she wanted to buy, a land she bought. She actually bought a house, so she did a search report on the land on which that house was built. But she's currently facing threats of demolition from government agencies. Why? Because there was no building approval for that property. All right. So now there was a search report. Yes, there was the name of the identity of the owner and everything was confirmed in the search report. The person has registered title for the land, but for the house there was no building approval. So you see, the search report is not just the only thing that you need. And C is number three is like the most interesting scenarios of them all. Mr. C has a search report, but the land is under acquisition. And sounds funny, right? If you go and do a search on a property, it means the land is free from acquisition, right? Here's where it gets interesting. The report actually belonged to another land and not the land he bought. So he was given the report on a land that was not the land he bought. If you are as shocked as I am, there, I totally get you. A search at the land registry is not enough. Comprehensive legal due diligence when buying a property is lot more than that. And that's why I'm inviting you to this free webinar. It's titled Beyond Searches Comprehensive Due Diligence to Avoid Getting Scammed in Lagos Real Estate Investments. And it is for you if you have bought a property in Lagos worth above 30 million, or you want to buy a property in Lagos and is worth above 30 million. You should be a part of this webinar. It's holding on the date, 8th of September 2024. And you want to ensure that you're in class because I will be doing a deep dive and uncovering a lot of things that is very, very and many people are ignorant of when it comes to doing a search on properties and what it should really entail. If you check the link in the description below, you would see where you can register. Ensure to register, and I'll see you in class.